What's going on, dude and dudette? So yes, according to ESPN and multiple outlets out there, it looks like head coach Darvin Ham of the Lakers will most likely be letting go this, like, maybe towards the end of this week, as early as that. So it's obviously, as you're watching this, maybe Friday or Saturday. And I don't know if it did happen or not. Most likely we'll have a breaking news type of shorts or short, quick video about it. But yeah, it kind of got a lot of people thinking, and then didn't really have to do much thinking because then a lot of places did report pretty soon after that, later in the day on Thursday, that Ty Lue, the Clippers head coach, and JJ Redick, who now does a lot of ESPN's analyst stuff, he's doing that job for ESPN and ABC, that those two will pretty much be the top candidates going into if the Lakers do fire Coach Ham. So yeah, I think we did mention pretty recently, unless I just got that video or that picture the other day, that the Lakers would be interested in JJ Redick as a head coach. And I kind of threw that out there a couple months ago, that once they were doing this show together and how much people have liked it so far, and they obviously like each other to have done like 8 episodes so far, and obviously they record in advance, but yeah, they definitely have put up a couple months worth of content and been able to record quite a bit. But I didn't know, I kind of thought that was maybe like a pre-interview process to see if LeBron would be able to gel with him as maybe a guy who can coach him. But I don't know, it was always just kind of felt far-fetched, just because obviously JJ had never really gotten a head coaching job anywhere else. He's been on plenty of interviews in the past couple of years, but nothing ever working behind the scenes and that on the roster and on the staff. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I would not be surprised if Ham is let go pretty soon, but I don't know, we'll see. Obviously, the Clippers are still in the playoffs technically. I forget if they play Friday or Saturday, but we'll see if once they get eliminated from Dallas, if they end up wanting to get rid of Ty Lue. I don't know, because I think he has one more year left on that deal anyway, so why would they want to give him up? But maybe he would want to go somewhere else too. You just never know. So looking forward to seeing what ends up happening with that situation if the Lakers do end up moving in a different direction from Darvin Ham. And then when it came to a little bit of other news, yeah, the Chargers did pick up the 5th-year option on Slater, their top left tackle. I think that's surprising because it's a pretty tough position to pay, especially once and after the rookie deal, because it gets pretty expensive to get that left side protected. But yes, at least, obviously, I think this season will be his 4th, and then the next year will be the option that they're picking up, the 5th year, which is pretty much the average of what a left tackle gets paid at that position in the NFL. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be close to or around that $10 million, which they could obviously make it smaller if they end up working out a deal before he ends up officially signing that as well, or going through with that after a certain date, I'm sure. So I'm sure they're going to try to work out something. They obviously really like him a lot. He's one of the better left tackles in the NFL whenever he's been healthy. So yeah, I think they should definitely work out a long-term deal when it comes to next summer. They don't have to this year, but they probably could during the season if everything's going good too. But either way, we'll see how that ends up for them as well. Then there was a Colorado Edge player in Jordan Dominic, and I believe he was invited to a camp workout or tryout with the LA Chargers. So yeah, we'll see how he does. I don't really remember him from this past season or how good he was, but from Colorado, that's been an up and down college the past couple of years. So like I said, don't really know that much about him, but we'll see. They definitely thought enough of him to invite him to camp, so we will see. And then there was another thing. Yes, a Texas A&M linebacker, I believe it is. His name is Alex Howard. Apparently, he will be transferring and committing to play for Duke football this fall, which is pretty good. It's kind of funny how Duke's ex-head coach Mike Elko went to Texas A&M, but couldn't keep a Texas A&M player who ends up going to Duke, his old coaching place. So that's pretty funny. A nice little thing I saw, but I don't really remember him in the high school ranks and stuff. But if Manny Diaz was willing to get a player like this on his side of the ball, then he must be pretty good, in my opinion. And then, yeah, when it came to Charles Barkley recently making comments that if TNT loses the NBA rights, that it kind of makes him feel like he's a free agent all over again, which I kind of thought was kind of an interesting quote he had, because I know he only had re-signed with TNT for only a handful more seasons after this, and I know he just was already thinking of retiring and all that, but he kind of also with that statement is kind of saying that he is willing to still move on to whatever company is willing to take him to talk NBA. I doubt he would go to ESPN because they would kind of try to, hinder what he would be willing to say and blurt out whenever. But yeah, if NBC wants to take him on, like I said, I would hope that NBC just tries to absorb that Inside the NBA show and just have it over there, to have all four of those guys to come back instead of just trying to get like one or two or some other people involved in some type of pre and post game show. So yeah, hoping the best comes out of this situation. But yeah, I thought his comments were pretty interesting. And then it was the end of the month the other day for February, and YouTube sent out the analytics, and it looked pretty good this year, a lot more higher than March, which was kind of interesting. But either way, numbers went up. I believe I did publish more that month, and I got 15% more views, which is nice. I think it said I had 62,500 views last month, and that was 57% more than usual, which is pretty cool. So yeah, thanks to everybody who does end up watching, and maybe if it's because you're just hating on some of the highlights I put up if they're Lakers stuff. I did see, had a nice interaction earlier, but it's just like, I just told the guy, hey, then why are you clicking on the video if you're just saying, this ain't a highlight, or you don't like the person? It's kind of dumb to just waste your time and energy. But either way, yes, thank you very much. And I think the last time I saw, I was at 985 subscribers total, so pretty close. Down to 15 left to get me over 1,000, and let's see what ends up happening from there. So yes, if anybody else wants to join up, that'd be pretty cool. I'm trying to put out a little bit more content here and there throughout the week. And yeah, it was a pretty busy last month because of the draft and all that stuff, and that's probably why I got more views than usual. But yes, sadly the Lakers are done, and pretty much USC is done right now, so there'll probably be less and less videos, but I'll probably put up some more funny stuff and probably some more shorts of highlights or whatever I see that I liked of Duke players still in the playoffs. I know I put up an Inside the NBA short the other day, and that one had like over 3,000 or 4,000 views. That was pretty cool, and they recently did some pretty funny like stuntman things, so I might try to see if I can put up that whole video without getting it copyrighted. So we will see. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.